Hello and welcome back, Milwaukee Bucks fans. I'm your host, Dean Simon, and this is Bucks Latest presented by FanArch.com. And for today's episode, we're going to get started with some pretty promising developments for the immediate future of the Milwaukee Bucks franchise as draft season rolls around. With the 2025 NBA draft coming up on June 25th, the Milwaukee Bucks have decided to work out three pretty promising, solid prospects that are auditioning to be selected with the number 47 overall pick in the second round. So despite not owning their own first-round pick, or any first-round pick for that matter, the Milwaukee Bucks could have a chance to add three pretty promising options. The first we've touched on previously is Alabama's Mark Sears. He reminds me a lot of Jalen Brunson. He's got a great left-handed shooting stroke. He's a reliable three-point shooter, but he's best known for his ability to carve out driving lanes towards the basket. He's got a stocky frame at 6'1". He can get to his spots, hit nice little turnaround shots in the mid-range, in the painted area. He's just incredible at getting to his spots, just a dominant on-ball scoring threat that also has some catch-and-shoot reliability to boot. So there's Mark Sears out of Alabama, but additionally, the Bucks have also chosen to work out Max Shulga out of VCU. He is a 6'4" guard that has a lightning quick three-point release. It's really incredible how fast he can get it off, whether it's off the catch, whether it's off the dribble. He mainly operates off ball. He'll take some off ball screens, catch and shoot, and he's again proven to be an incredibly reliable option as a three-point shooter. And last but not least, the Bucks have decided to work out Brandon Huntley Hatfield out of NC State. The 6'10" forward. He is long and strong at 235 pounds, but he's also incredibly agile. He can run on the break and transition. He's got some great back to the basket ability. He can post up. He can finish at the rim. He's got a great touch. And his defensive potential at the next level could really be unlocked by the Milwaukee Bucks if they can develop him as a shot blocker, a rim deterrent. He is definitely someone that could be a prototypical front court force for the Milwaukee Bucks in the immediate future. And what I think is so interesting about the Bucks choosing to work out these three guys specifically is that they're all wildly different players of wildly different archetypes playing different positions. Of course, with Mark Sears being that undersized guard that can just fill it up by any means, as Max Shulga is. He would sort of take on an AJ Green type of role as just strictly a shooter that can also at times, but probably pretty rarely, put the ball on the floor and create something out of nothing when needed. And Brandon Huntley Hatfield, if Giannis were to stay around, he could join Giannis in the front court and be another incredibly athletic force that can lead the Milwaukee Bucks into the future. But with Giannis's trade saga still going and everything being up in the air, it remains to be seen whether the Milwaukee Bucks will take any of these guys or they'll perform a massive trade either on draft day or prior to the NBA draft that gets Giannis out of the way. Because recent reports have indicated that Giannis Antetokounmpo could be on the way out sooner rather than later. As you know, it makes sense for the Milwaukee Bucks to really diagnose their future and want to have a Giannis Antetokounmpo deal out of the way and finished so that they can really prioritize the future, the post-Giannis era, and they can get to work starting with the 2025 NBA draft. And it's really interesting to see how that could possibly work out, especially if the Bucks were to make a deal sending Giannis to a team like the San Antonio Spurs, where they could also gain the number 2 overall pick in the draft, the number 14 overall pick, and their decision-making in terms of the draft and in terms of the rest of the offseason is completely changed. So that remains to be seen. Whether Giannis wants to stay, wants to go, has not been confirmed nor denied yet, but a meeting with Giannis and the front office should be taking place soon, and we should get some more clear updates in terms of Giannis's immediate future and in terms of the Bucks and what they want to do when draft time comes around on June 25th. But moving forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo, while he remains a Buck, he actually took to social media recently to show some love to a recently departed former Milwaukee Buck who now resides with the Washington Wizards in 2021 NBA champion and 3-time All-Star Chris Middleton. And Giannis, the reason why he took to social media to kind of back up his former teammate of nearly 12 full seasons is because a question was posed on X whether Chris Middleton deserved to have his number 22 Milwaukee Bucks jersey retired, hung in the rafters by the Milwaukee Bucks. And Giannis, he replied or quoted that tweet, that X post, and said 1,000%. And he's firmly standing by his guy who shared the court with him for over a decade, won an NBA championship with him as a guy that was responsible for putting the ball in the basket in incredibly high-pressured situations. Chris Middleton definitely did earn the right to have number 22 hanging in the Fiserv Forum for the foreseeable future, for the rest of the time that the Milwaukee Bucks are in that arena and whatever arena follows in their journey. So Chris Middleton probably going to have that number retired at some point. It remains to be seen when, but it's incredibly likely that number 22 is going to be hung up in the rafters. And finally, I don't know why this was something that happened recently, but former NBA champion in 2008 with the Boston Celtics and pretty reliable role player Eddie House, he appeared recently on a podcast titled the Straight Game Podcast, and he decided to delve into one Damian Lillard and his injury, the devastating Achilles injury that will probably take the 35-year-old out of the Bucks rotation for most of the 2025-26 campaign. And he basically decided to say that, you know what, it may or may not be Damian Lillard's fault that Giannis Antetokounmpo could be looking elsewhere, could be deciding to request a trade or not, because basically Giannis signed up to be teammates with Damian Lillard and to possibly make a deep postseason run as his teammate, as the top 75 NBA anniversary team player's teammate. And one can say to Eddie House, how could you possibly blame a guy like Damian Lillard, who he's a guy that you've never had to question his motives with regard to whether he wants to give his all on an NBA floor every single night, whether he wants to contribute to a winning team, and that he's just going to give his all. Those kinds of things have never had to have been questioned with a guy like Damian Lillard. And him sitting out with the Achilles injury, it's not his choice. It's not something that he signed off on and okayed and is okay with. Surely he wants to be out there and supporting Giannis and sharing the floor with him, but it just so happened that an unfortunate injury took place, and now the following 2025-26 season is in pretty serious jeopardy. But Eddie House took to that podcast and he offered a reason as to Giannis Antetokounmpo leaving, being that Damian Lillard is sidelined with an injury, which, again, don't know how you could blame him, because he is definitely giving his all every time he steps out on the floor, and since he's been with the Bucks, it has been no different. When healthy, Damian Lillard is giving 110% effort at all times. But that'll be it for me today. If you want more of the latest updates on trending topics, breaking news, and storylines regarding the Milwaukee Bucks, I would suggest that you like and subscribe and turn on post notifications for the next episodes. So, yeah. Later, Milwaukee Bucks fans, and I'll see you in the next one.